Hello and welcome everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mamas out there. Today we're going to be doing some Yin Yoga to calm the mind. So some simple but not easy postures that we'll be getting into, focusing on our breath, focusing on clearing and finding that inner calm. So we're going to be starting in about 3 minutes. And while we wait for everyone else to tune in, let's find a comfortable, easy pose. For the class today, I'll be using a single block. You could also use a pillow or a rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket. It's going to be right at the end of class. And I'll also offer modifications without a prop too. So if you want to just continue sitting in this moment, that's totally fine. If you have a prop and want to go and grab it, you have about 2 minutes until we officially start. So for the rest of us, let's find some length in our spine today. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply through the nose. Right away, let's find that seat of gratitude. We've carved out time today to take a little yoga, a 30-minute class, and let's be in this moment. Let's truly savor each minute of this class together. So starting by savoring every sip of breath. With every inhale, see if you can find a little bit more space for air. And with every exhale, feel the body soften down. Keep your spine straight and strong. Sitting up tall and proud. Together, let's inhale deeply through the nose and let it out with a big sigh. Let's do 2 more breaths like this. Inhaling very deeply through the nose and releasing with a sigh. Inhale and release. Wonderful. Close your eyes and set an intention for your day. Maybe it's corresponding with the theme of the class, calm the mind. And with that, it is officially time to begin. Welcome everyone. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Stephanie, and today we're going to be doing Yin Yoga to calm the mind. We'll begin today lying down on our backs, starting with both knees bent and the soles of the feet grounded downwards. Sitting here, let's take a breath and let's visualize that breath coming from the base of the spine, moving up through the spinal column. And as you exhale, feel that breath go up towards the head and out through the crown. Now similarly, inhaling, imagine the breath coming even from above you, down that channel, all the way to the belly. And as you exhale, the air goes down the bottom of the spine and releases. Just a way to kind of clear out all the energy right before we start. So we're going to start by bringing our right knee in towards our chest. We'll interlace over the right shin and slowly draw the knee towards the shoulder. Let's take about 3 breaths here. Make them slow. Close your eyes and see if on the exhale you can draw that knee a little bit closer. Wonderful. Taking hold of the shin with the left hand, we're going to bring the right arm on the inside of the leg and take hold of the ankle. You can release the left hand now. We're coming into half happy baby. So holding on to your ankle, begin to shine the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. The elbow and the knee are making contact here. And as we exhale, draw the knee down and open. Now you can use the other leg just opening out to the side as a counterbalance. Make sure to keep the full sole of the foot grounded. And let's breathe here. Energetically, we want to be moving this knee downwards, a little bit closer to the shoulder and a little bit more open as well. Make sure the tailbone is grounded. Make sure the entirety of the spine is grounded, including the head. Breathe. On the inhale, breathe it all in. Think calm. On the exhale, relax. Really tune into the breath, all the sensations happening in the body as we inhale and exhale. Maybe if you want to go a little deeper, we begin to extend the opposite leg. So the left leg comes down. Keep breathing. And if this is feeling too deep at any time, what you can do is take your right forefingers and bring them right under the knee pit. Use your right thumb to support the knee and just open the leg to the side. So similar movement, just not so much pressure and compression. So find your option. Similarly, if you want to pull that knee in a little bit closer, we can adjust our grip. So we can bring the two peace fingers around the big toe or bring our grip right around the outer edge of the foot. So we are creating this cross with our arm across the shin. Elbow is on the inside of the knee and hand is on the outside of the foot. But if this makes your upper or lower back lift a bit, I wouldn't do it. I would stick with the ankle. We really want the spine to be grounded here. Whatever variation you've chosen, find your last 3 breaths. Make them count, savor every last bit. Feel the calm wash over you, and then gently begin to release out of this pose by bringing your knee back into your chest. We'll bring the left knee to meet there and just rock back and forth for a moment. Now let's go back to holding our right shin and drop the left foot so that it's fully grounded. Knee is pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to take our right ankle and bring it onto our left thigh, creating our figure 4 here. We can bring our right hand on the inside of the right thigh and just press it away from you, opening up through this hip a little bit. Keep the spine fully grounded and stay anchored down in that left foot. Now you can stay here if you like, or if you like, you can also thread the needle, taking hold of the back of the left thigh. Now while you're here, ground the hips equally. Make sure you're not putting your weight on one side more than the other. So feel that balance in the hips. Draw the left thigh closer by bending at the elbows and use that bent elbow to open the right knee a little bit more open. Breathe here. Relax through the shoulders. Make sure they're not clenching up towards the ears. Keep both feet flexed here. So we want the feet so flexed that I don't even need to hold the back of the thigh. My legs are doing all the engagement. We have these big, strong leg muscles that are much stronger than our arms. So no need to use our arms to carry all of this weight. Our lower half can do just that alone. So having that activation, imagining the feet are drawing towards one another, having them both flexed and active. Keep finding the length in your breath. Throughout the class, continue to try and go a little bit deeper with your breath, a little bit slower. Remind yourself, calm the mind. With every exhale, see if you can draw that left thigh a little bit closer by bending those elbows just a millimeter at a time. Notice where you're feeling this stretch. Focus on that area. As you inhale, feel the area expand. And as you exhale, imagine that area relaxing. Make sure you're not clenching anywhere in the face or the jaw. Yin is a practice of surrender, surrendering to stillness. And when we do this, we can really focus on the sensations, on building body awareness. So if this is feeling really great right now, feel free to stay here. But if you want to come into a little twist, you can do that as well. To do that, we'll release the thigh and bring the arms into cactus or into a T, whatever you have enough space for. Now, keeping this position exactly as it is, we're just going to begin to drop the hips to the left side, and we're going to ground that right foot entirely. So that hopefully the right knee comes up towards the ceiling. Now if this isn't feeling good, just go back to thread the needle. That's a deep enough stretch. I'm just trying to provide a little bit more variation and different techniques. Now our knees are going to the left side, so maybe we turn our gaze to the right. Breathe here. Send the breath all the way to the depths of the belly. See if you can fully press into the right foot, lifting that right knee to the sky. Let's take 3 more breaths together. Calm the mind. All right, so maintaining this connection, push the ankle into the top of the knee and push the top of the thigh, should I say, back into the ankle. Squeeze the core and see if we can come right back to our figure 4. Adjust your hips, make sure that they're equally grounded, and then uncross the legs. Let's open the feet mat width apart and just windshield wipe the knees side to side. Finding a little dynamic movement here to break up all of that static hold. Wonderful. Now come back to stillness. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. Draw the knee up as if it's going towards your shoulder. With every exhale, see if you can draw that thigh a little bit closer in towards your body. All right. So taking hold of the shin with the left hand, we'll release, the right hand will release the left hand and bring it on the inside of the left leg. Now we can release our right hand and take hold of the left ankle, shining the foot all the way to the ceiling. So we're having this connection between the elbow and the inside of the knee. Foot is flexed. And imagine drawing the knee in, down, and outward. Our other hand can be in cactus, or you can bring one hand onto the belly to make sure that those hips are equally grounded. The right leg can come out to the side, but let's ground the foot, just using the knee open as a counterbalance. Breathe here. We know our options. We can bring the hand under the knee as well, supporting the side of the knee with the thumb. or we can take hold of the big toe or the outer edge of the foot. The most important thing to keep in mind here is this foot is flexed and your entire spine is grounded. And then you can play around with how deep you go in this. Maybe we extend the right leg all the way down our mat. Maybe we keep it bent today. Honor your practice, honor where your body is. This is what we're trying to cultivate in our yin practice, is listening to the needs of our body and finding tools, and that's our postures, to help ease our body a little bit more. And while we're in this stillness, surrendering to the pose, we breathe through it all, clear our mind, and find our calm. Find your edge in this pose. Where is that place where you definitely feel the stretch, but you can still find a full, long breath? Keep holding. Release any unnecessary tension in the shoulders or in the face and the jaw. Imagine what calm means to you. Maybe it's a slow sunset on the water. Maybe it's the forest right after a rain. Maybe it's sitting on your yoga mat, just breathing. Cultivate and call that in for yourself. All right, we're finding our last 3 breaths here. Inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale completely. And once you've found your last breath, begin to bring the knee back into the chest and bring your right knee to join along with it. We're going to bring one hand on each knee and just find some more dynamic movement by creating these hip circles here, opening and closing the knees, and going the opposite direction. Just notice how you're feeling now after the stretch. Where are you feeling the stretch has activated? And drop both feet down. Bring the left knee right back into the chest. We're going to take the outer edge of the left foot and place it right on the right thigh, coming into our figure 4. Use your left hand and press that left thigh a little bit further away, opening through our hip. Now stay here if this feels good, or we can thread the needle, drawing the right thigh a little bit closer towards us. Again, keep the head and shoulders fully grounded. Keep both feet flexed and bend in the elbows as you draw that right thigh closer. Find your edge here. You're going to hear me say that all the time in Yin. Find that balance between stretching and breathing. Balance between both hips here. Find the stability in this pose. And then breathe through it. You got this. Sometimes when we're trying to calm the mind, it helps to focus on a drishti. A drishti is a point on the body or a point around that is where we put our primary focus. And a common one, which is very helpful for this pose, is the third eye point. So just between the eyebrows and slightly above. Closing our eyes and just focusing our gaze there, our inner gaze. We don't have to cross the eyes and actually look there. It's just our mental awareness goes towards that small space. Breathe. On the inhale, feel the breath lift you up. And on the exhale, feel the breath root you down. Alright, if you want to go a little bit deeper into this pose, we can come into our twist slowly by releasing the back of the left thigh, keeping this connection very tight so the ankles, as if they're drawing in towards one another. And we're going to tilt both hips to the right side so that our right or left foot becomes grounded on the floor. Arms can come in cactus or to a T, and you can tilt your gaze the opposite way that the legs have fallen. Now keep this connection, and if this is feeling too deep, even if it's on this one side, you can always come back to our original pose, or if you'd like, just release that upper knee and stack both knees on top of one another. We want to make sure both shoulders are completely grounded here. So find your variation. If your foot is grounded, shine this knee all the way up to the sky. See if you can keep pressing the ankle into that thigh to help lift that knee up. Find length in the spine still. And breathe. Most importantly, always come back to the breath. It's scientifically proven that focusing on our breath, having this breath meditation, it helps relax us, it helps focus us, and overall it can increase our happiness. So enjoy these moments, let go of what's happening down here, find that discomfort and let it be okay with that, because we're so captivated by what else is happening in our body. We don't need to focus all of our awareness on that specific stretch. Let's find our last 3 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling deeply through the nose. Alright, so keeping this activation, we're going to engage through the core and lift the legs all the way back up into our figure 4. Uncross the legs here, and let's open the feet mat width apart. Arms are still in cactus or a T, and we'll windshield wipe the knees side to side. It's always important to incorporate a little bit of dynamic movement between these long holds, just to help get things flowing through the body again. All right, so this is where our block comes into place now. So we're returning onto our mat. Let's bring the feet about hip distance apart and walk the heels in slightly. Arms are alongside the body. Pushing into the heels will lift up into our bridge. Now you can place a blanket, you can place a pillow, or you can place a block right underneath the sacrum. Now the sacrum is the point in between the hips, just above the tailbone. So it's a flat spot. The block should be going on it quite nicely, and it should feel very comfortable. If at any time it feels uncomfortable to you, I'll offer some options. We can come off of it completely. But if it's feeling good, just begin to settle here. And just notice this lift in the pelvis and the weight and connection of your body on the block. Similarly, we can do this without the block and just press the lower back down into the floor. Or we could use a wall as well, bringing our hips right beside the wall as we're sideways. And that will help support us for the next part of this pose. So let's find 3 breaths here. And on the exhale, really concentrate on that connection, and that almost as if you're sinking and melting into the block, that connection between your sacrum and whatever is underneath it. Palms are alongside the body, but let's turn the palms up and open through the shoulders. Open through the chest a little bit. And very mindfully, we're going to bring our knees together and up so our feet are off of the mat. And just notice this change of weight. Make sure it's still comfortable on the lower back. We don't want pain here. It's just a change of pressure. Now, if you were by a door, this is the time to come up and fully extend your legs. And similarly to those of us with something supporting our lower back, or if you're just on the mat, begin to raise both legs up to the sky. Flex your feet and see if you can bring your heels right over your hips, as long as it's comfortable. You can have a gentle bend in the knees, and then release the flexion in the feet. Keep the legs tight up against each other so they're helping support one another. And the palms are still up to the sky. Head and shoulders are fully grounded. Close your eyes and just notice what's happening in the body. This is a gentle inversion. So we're changing the flow of blood, draining the blood down from the feet into the hips and into the heart. This is going to help slow down our heart rate. It will help us feel more relaxed and calm. It also is a switch up for the body. The heart doesn't have to work so hard to pump blood down to the body when we're in this position. Now, at any time, if this isn't feeling good, you can bend the knees slightly and then raise up again. But we're just here for a little bit longer. Find your last 3 breaths together. And very slowly begin to bend the knees back into the chest. Just notice what's happening now as the blood's beginning to come back into the toes. Drop one foot down onto your mat and the opposite. And again, let's notice with one breath. On our next inhale, we're going to lift up off of our block or blanket or whatever we were on and begin to lower down. Extend one leg down to the corner of your mat and extend your other leg to the opposite corner. Feel comfortable here. Get any last minute movements you need to. And then find a little peace in your final relaxation. Shavasana. I'll always say this is not just my favorite, but the most important part of our class. This is where we get to let all that good stuff just settle in. And this is also where we get to connect the most. We're not creating any physical exertion. We can really connect now with the mind. We've been actually practicing that too, all class, for this moment. So in our final Shavasana, I wanted to practice some central channel breathing. This is a really good way to help calm the mind, release any tension or anxiety. It just makes you feel really good. So the idea with central channel breathing is that there is a channel of energy that goes through our entire body, from the base of our spine all the way up through the crown of our head. And as we inhale, we're imagining even above us that we're pulling the air through this channel, in through our head, through our throat, through the center of our spine and into our belly. As we exhale, the breath comes out down our belly, down our lower spine, and out through our legs, right through the center of the body. And now as we inhale, we draw that breath up, down through our feet, up through the center of the belly. Feel the belly rise. And as you exhale, the breath goes up through that center channel, all the way out through the crown of the head. So it's an interesting visualization, pulling that energy in and into the belly, exhaling out through the feet, inhaling to pull up through the feet and into the belly, and exhaling, pulling that energy all the way up and out through the crown. So close your eyes and let's feel this visualization together. Imagine white light coming in through the crown and moving through this channel all the way into the belly. As you exhale, that white light goes down through the spine and down through the center of the body. Inhale, feel the breath come up through the legs, in through the spine and into the belly. Exhale as that breath rises through the spine and out through the crown of the head. Close your eyes and find this visualization at your own pace. Relax any tension in the jaw, in the hands and the feet, in the shoulders and the hips. As the breath flows up and down your central energy channel, also feel your body relaxing. Feel your mind becoming more calm. Feel your heart filling with gratitude for taking a little bit of time today to fill your own cup. Let's begin to find some deeper inhales through the nose and exhale through the nose. Find a little wiggle in your toes, a little wiggle in your fingers. Rotate through the wrist and the ankles, and you can rock the head side to side. We're going to interlace our fingers and reach them either up overhead or right in front of our face up overhead, whatever you have the space for. Bring the legs together, point the toes, take a deep inhale as you stretch, reaching the toes down and the hands up. On the exhale, release that stretch. We can come onto one side and push ourselves up into a comfortable seated posture. Bring your hands to the center of your heart, sitting up tall and straight. The light within me honors and bows down to the light within each and every one of you. Namaste. Namaste to everyone at home, to all the mamas out there, dog mamas, grandmamas, aunties, sisters, stay-at-home dads, anyone who takes on that mother figure. Thank you, and today's all about you. So thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to see you're taking a little bit of time to help celebrate you, because that's what it's all about. Again, my name is Stephanie, and thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's at YOGAVISION 108, and you can continue to see weekly yin classes with me every Sunday at 10 to 10:30. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Scott, Ginger Cat, so nice to have you live today. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye, everybody.